This is the 8-9 Combo.
This is the 8-9 Combo. I'm Brett McKay, and this in Cape Town is Harry Jones. Hello, mate. How you doing?
How's it? All powerful, all triumphant, all conquering Wallaby man. How does it feel to be this happy for this long about rugby?
It's been good, but as always, I find myself in familiar territory where a win is then followed by the whole anxiety of what's coming next, and there will be something coming, and it's just a matter of when, not if. Fortunately, I've had experience dealing with this sort of thing because this has been the case for a long time. The Wallabies would win the first Bledisloe though in Sydney and then go to Auckland and get absolutely pantsed. And we've partly resolved that, as I wrote for Rugby Pass this week. We've partly resolved that by just not playing the first Bledisloe in Sydney for a while. That seems to have fixed the problem. So
Well, this might brighten your mood and make you less anxious. I can report an exclusive, and it is a worldwide exclusive. Christie at the Roar doesn't have it. Pato at the Morning Herald doesn't have it because they're not here. Yeah. And I saw Tom Robertson, who I affectionately call Pudding, as well as Angela Merkel, was eating oatmeal paired with some berries and a light sprinkle of cream. That was his breakfast, and he prefers the Times over the Argus.
There you go.
Also, he was wearing thongs, flip-flops.
Right. There you go. Well, that's all we've got time for this week on that bombshell.
I mean, he's your starting loose head. I thought you might want to know what your starting loose head is eating as he prepares for the might of this Bok backlash scrum.
I hope he was turning around going for bacon after you left. I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be something there. No? Okay.
No.
All right.
Just skipping around in the lobby eating oatmeal.
Here's cheers, mate. Who are we giving cheers to around the rugby world this week? And
my cheers is to the wonderful and superb club, the Stormers, who welcomed me in for 4 to 5 hours of unfettered access where I was free to roam in laundry rooms, the back of kitchens, into deep gym recovery sessions, shape and scenario testing. Wonderful, wonderful folks. Got to really see some of the imprinting that a guy like Davi Snyman does when he's talking about attack and how to read the shape of the game in today's world. Really cool to see some of the guys walking around having good chats with them. The effort that's required to be in the ERC and try to compete, opening up in September. Beautiful day out in Belleville, and couldn't have asked for a better, look at the fortitude, the strength, the stamina required just from a practice session, and all the guys competing to have the best GPS. And by the way, I'll just give a little bit tip out there. Guys like Ben Jason Dixon, who I've always lauded for his effort. The effort's there during practice, man. I mean, he's just a third gear. He's all fifth gear.
If anyone ever gets the chance to watch a professional team train for like not just stand there and watch for 10 minutes, like actually stand there and watch for as long as you possibly can, the amount of detail and the level of intensity that they put into a Tuesday training session is mesmerizing sometimes. It really is. It's really interesting to watch.
Gratefully, they welcome me back for full access for the game in PE. I think it's against La Rochelle, the Champions Cup, embedded, all the way, locker rooms and all. And by the way, critics out there, whatever you think a team doesn't really know and is like, they just don't know. That's why they're not using 3 people here and the slide defense. Everyone knows everything. It's just a matter of sometimes not being able to do it with the current people who are walking around uninjured.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I need to bring the tone down a little bit. I promise, though, I will finish on a high. So I am giving cheers to the fact that rugby is only a game, people. I mentioned last week that our I mentioned last week our Lion series spike, and let me just say that the Ellis Park spike dwarfed that yet again. Now, it was our most listened to podcast ever. We had more than 31,000 views on the postmortem on YouTube, 500 plus YouTube new subscriptions, and hello if that's you included. Sadly, it also drew out some really nasty minority that emerged in comments and posts thrown our way, and particularly your way, mate. And it was really disappointing, and basically all for the crime of agreeing with and repeating what was universally being said last week, that the Springboks were heavy favourites. And so we did have to remove some comments off YouTube, and we did remove some people's ability to leave comments. We don't like doing it, but because we love hearing from you, we love hearing different perspectives, and we love engaging. But we're not going to cop abuse. That's not cool. We don't deserve it. Rugby is only a game, and talking about it is something that we all love doing. So that's a little editorial. Let me finish on a high and say, unless you have anything to add to that right now.
Well, I'm no snowflake, and I got a tremendously thick skin, as you absolutely know from knowing me. But the problem when you open a door on a comment that's so nasty is then there's 17 responses that didn't double down, and the whole thing turns into just a giant mosh pit of piss. And so, no, I think we have to remove those just to go, can we actually have a conversation about it?
Yes.
And yes, you cannot have a wonderful miracle upset, one of the greatest wins of the century, unless the team that you upset was supposed to win. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. So
no,
cheers.
Exactly right. So to finish on a high, a bonus cheers to Stan Sports' Sean Maloney in Australia. And if you haven't seen it already, go and find on the Stan Sports socials. It's on rugby.com.au as well. The behind the scenes video of Shawnee calling Tom Wright's try in the 75th minute. It is just, I love the emotional ride that he goes through in calling that. And I can only imagine what he went through calling that whole game. And as a little teaser, we will find out next week when we talk to him.
Yeah, fair play. Though I was in France with Shawnee leading up to that Welsh test. Actually did an event with him.
You did?
And then saw the afterwards. I think he kind of deserves, even though I hated that the Wallabies destroyed us. I think, yeah, Shawnee, you guys like you and Shawnee, I think you deserve something.
Yeah.
That moment of sheer joy. By the way, Shawnee gets a workout when he's in the comms.
Oh, absolutely he does. Absolutely he does. We will.
I wouldn't want to be the guy next to him. Jeez.
No, his arms going everywhere. Exactly. We'll launch into another great rugby chat with Riaan Louw in just a sec. But first, mate, can you tell the nice people why subscribing to the 8-9 will help you see clearly now?
Oh, by the way, we have new targets. So I want you to sort of not think so much now about getting to 9,000. Let's get to 5 figures. Then you get to say, I was in on the beginning. I was on the ground floor. I knew these guys when they were nothing. They were chopped meat. They were nothing. And now they are 10,000 subscribers.
So you can get in and say, I was there just before they hit 9.
I took them over to the 9 threshold. Yes.
If you are watching us on YouTube, then hit the red subscribe button down there in the bottom corner. And if you're listening on any of the pod platforms, then hit follow, hit subscribe, whatever it happens to be, and make sure you don't miss any of this nonsense. One miserable South African to poke back through the coals and smouldering members of the Ellis Park Miracle TM. 2 miserable South Africans, of course. Please welcome back to the 8-9 combo from the Rugby Update on YouTube and fresh from breaking open his kid's copper trading empire, Riaan Louw is back on the 8-9. Hello, mate. How you doing?
How's it going? Welcome to my construction site. I think last time we spoke, I still had a white wall.
There was a white bumpy wall behind you last time. Yes.
Now I'm in a much greener void-like space, which is what I like. And if you do hear some banging in the background, sorry, I'm currently in the midst of a bathroom remodel because buying a house is the worst thing you could do, and everyone should just rent forever because everything breaks the moment you sign that paper. So just excuse that if you see me mute every now and again. It's probably because there's a cutting disc going crazy.
Yes, and that actually probably answers the next question I have. And then I mentioned the rugby update there. You posted an update on the channel recently as to why it's sort of been placed on hold for a few months.
Yeah. No, it has been a mission to get this office in a state that I can actually record in. My computer was in a box, the aforementioned bathroom issues, and I don't even have curtains yet, so I can't light anything properly, but it will be back. I promise. I do have, I will come back grayer, older, sadder now that the Aussies are on top of the world and we're no longer the best team. So maybe a bit more humble because I've been very windcut the last couple of years.
Now that you're renovating. Now that you're renovating,
Speaking of bathroom issues, Ringo, let's talk about that time that you and I went to Ellis Park and we were skipping, and I think we were holding hands and swinging arms and skipping along with Jared Wright and assorted Twitterati, and we were saying funny things. And then about 2 hours later, we were saying very different things. And I would like to walk with you through that lonely valley of death and evil, and kind of recapture what it was when we were still happy, back when we were young. I want to talk about that part.
So I'm just going to let you two go here now. Can I go and get a beer or something like this? So what you are basically?
I promise you'll find it very entertaining, Brett.
Oh, I'm absolutely certain I'm going to. So this is what you about. All you have said to me is, I want to turn this into an opportunity to explain all the ways we were wrong about Ellis Park.
But kind of right, but also wrong at the same time. That's the interesting part.
Okay.
Like everything we said was valid.
If you're an Aussie, Shout and Fredo will be meted out.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So have at it. I've got lots of images and things like that to drop in. We are, of course, talking about, as if you'd forgotten the scoreline, Australia 38, South Africa 22. At Ellis Park, Johannesburg.
Get that shit off the screen.
It's
broken. I can't get rid of it. I don't know. We're just going to have to talk through it the whole way. No, I'm not going to do that.
Once upon a time, I made my way to Ellis Park in a car with Jared Wright of Planet Rugby, and we almost died. But we didn't. And I got to Ellis Park, and I saw Ringo, and he looked like George Clooney. I couldn't believe how much more handsome he was than the last time I saw him. I don't know. It must be owning a house in Alberton with a green room. And we just started topping each other with how happy and optimistic we were to go 3-0 on a streak, because we had watched a smash the Irish in Loftus. We were together and we watched the Boks smash the All Blacks kind of at Ellis Park, and then we were like, what did we say, Ringo? What was the phrase we used when we said, I wonder if our streaks will continue?
I thought, like, when are they going to call us to go to more games together? Because we're going to be 3-0 today, and if they want to keep the streak going, just get us to go to every game.
And with a shrug, I said, "It's just the Wallabies."
Yeah. The absolute South African arrogance of you.
Yeah, I said, "It's just the Wallabies," and no one contradicted me.
40 in my head. The number 40 is what we will hit today. And if the Wallabies hit 7, that would be, bad for us.
Okay, so set the scene. We go
and
into
look, it was so close to the number 40.
Yeah, we go into the park and we go down to our seats, which are way, way down. And Riaan, you say something to me, which I end up following instructions. You say, just go on the pitch. Just walk on there. It's fine.
Just invade.
Yeah. Hang on.
Like, how did you know that I could do that? Because I really don't think I was supposed to do that.
Didn't you have a pass?
Yeah.
Not for the pitch.
Oh,
we were standing, we were watching. I was actually watching Rassi. You can see that man is a showman. He was lining the ball up on the 5 meter line, the line out line, putting the ball there and kicking it over the posts with his hands in his pockets. I'm like, how could we lose? Look at this man.
The new lean, mean, skinnier Rassi. He's looking fit. He's running around. There's a guy ripping his pants off. There's people doing crazy shit.
I saw guys with the same lanyard as Harry, but obviously you can't see what's on the pass itself. Just the lanyard colors. I'm like, Harry must be able to go up there. I went back to Harry. I said, just go. Talk to the security guards. Get on the field. I'm sure you'll be fine. No one will No one will
Right.
say anything. Yeah.
So I think maybe I was the Jonah or the albatross, but I go and I just sort of breeze by the security guards flashing the wrong side of it so they don't see. And I just go in there and I cannot spot Ringo again. I'm like trying to look at him in the crowd, can never find him. So I got to look like a journo. So I start talking to people and taking pictures and wandering around, and I just know. I mean, it's not an imposter syndrome. I am, in fact, an imposter. And so I keep waiting to be arrested. And finally, Cindy comes up to me and she's like, "Why are you on the field?" The actual coordinator of media. I'm right next
I
to
saw it come
Skalkberg
up
at
to
the
you. You
evidence
were so
event.
happy at first. You're
I
like,
hugged
"Oh,
her.
Cindy."
I hugged her. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
No, I hugged her because I thought that's the number one thing to do when you're in trouble is hug the person that's about to get you in trouble. It's always worked for me in the past. So
this is going to be even better than I hoped for. Please continue.
I go back to my seat, and it's the carnival. There's like marching bands. There's all kinds of different break dancers that are much better than Razor Robertson. There's a guy ripping off his pants to show his budgie smugglers, and it's just all good, right? There's no flyover, but it's just Australia.
Oh,
So
question: why was there no
Yeah.
flyover? I
Because
was
it's just
promised
the Wallabies.
multiple aircraft.
It was a little
Brett,
cloudy.
it was
Yeah.
just the Wallabies. Okay, so we start the game, and every single thing we say next, it turns out to be wrong, but it seems very right. So you
Very
go,
right.
Ringo. Give me a collection of things you said, I said, something said, and I'll try to respond on things I
I
heard.
think
as
one
well.
of the main ones I was saying was the Wallabies are misusing Harry Wilson. He's not doing anything.
They never put him in
That was one of-
space. They don't know how to put him in space.
Yeah.
And
This
then
was
I saw
before
Harry
his
Wilson
tribe,
in
before
more
his
space than I've
triassic.
ever seen him. He was like an astronaut. He was in space. Oh my God! How can Harry Wilson be that quick? He's running through
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So are we talking inside the first 5-10 minutes that you say this?
Yeah, and he said he's a Warren Whiteley. He needs to be running free. They're always putting him into like these dark corners. Can they get
He
him
was
out?
getting
I was like,
snatched on the gain line, and
about 15 minutes later, he was running through the Sahara Desert. There was no one in the picture. It was like untouched scoring. I was saying they just cannot handle one-up tackles. Andre, Eben, I just said they're falling like flies. I mean, we're just going to trample them. This is going to be 42-10, just like I said. That's what I said.
yeah. I was saying the Aussies are giving up those post-contact meters because they're so obsessed with getting the turnover, and it's not working. They're not getting any turnovers, and like then the turnovers just start coming and coming and coming.
Then I said, you said Lewis is such a banker at the lineout, and I said they're not even touching the ball at lineouts today. No way. It's just going to be flip, go, score, flip, go, score, exit, score.
Yeah.
That's what I said about Louis the Younger at the lineouts.
We were talking about, I think, Suali is not doing anything.
That
Why
guy's
is he-
shit. Why do they always talk about him? What's the $3 million for?
yeah.
Then I said something.
Why,
You know
why is he kicking so flat and low? It's not doing anything.
Why is he kicking under Eben's arm? How's that going to work? Then I said,
no one else in Australia could do that.
Then I said, and bear in mind, Brett, we're on row 3, and there's sometimes even in a cacophony, the stadium gets kind of quiet. And there was a scrum for the Wallabies after we had kicked to the coffin corner, and I was yelling at the top of my lungs, and it was very audible. So much that a guy in front of me said, "Hey, are you Harry?" I said, "How does it feel? How does it feel, Wallabies? How does it feel?"
Before they
22
easily
nil,
completed the scrum and got the ball away.
and then like about 20 minutes later, there was an Aussie behind us. That guy,
man.
I don't know. I don't think he even existed in the first 20 minutes, but he grew in power and size and stature. By the end, he was the commentator of our section.
Yeah.
And he was just saying really weird Queenslander things that I didn't even know.
Come
if
on,
they were
Wallabies! Come on, Wallabies!
Come on.
So
so
have we got a score check at this point? Are we already at 22-0? Is that where we're at?
We were still
No.
frisky at 22-5 because we actually congratulated Dylan Peach. We said that's nice for them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah. They
I
gotta
don't
get
want them
one,
to feel
obviously.
bad.
It's the first phase off the line out. It's hard to defend, you know.
That's
And then,
nice
okay,
for
here's the immortal Ringo words. Then we switched. So we were in the corner where Kurtley Arnse did his Leckerback thing and scored, right? So then at Oranges, it switches around, and Ringo says to me, "Oh, now we're not going to see anything. Like nothing's going to happen down here."
It's all going to happen on that side of the field. We won't see the game again.
That was my favorite comment of all, because then we saw a lot. We saw everything.
Way too much.
We saw Suali'i diving. We saw Harry Wilson springing his hamstring.
Knee.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Oh no! Please.
There you
Continue.
go, Brett. I hope you enjoy that.
Great.
This
Oh,
is like the most amazing example of Schadenfreude, where we actually, it's like Dumb and Dumber. We were Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. We were
Just
so
don't-
full of ourselves for so long. Up to like before the intercept, even the intercept, I was like, that's just ambition. We'll get back to kicking the ball. Marnie will
We
sort
did
it
that on
out.
purpose. Yeah, we just
Yeah.
trying to make them feel good.
so where
And then
are
at
we?
some
So-
point, we were really, really stuffed, and we knew it. And we started just finding ways to, I don't know, pretend that nothing had really happened.
Well, what by that stage, what started happening was that, you know, even before that, the Wallabies start winning the aerial contest, and Len Ikitau starts carving up in midfield and getting offloads away where there really wasn't offloads before. And then almost for fun, Nick Frost starts just picking out your line out ball. And it was just, from my point of view, it was still like, wow, that's going well.
That's
Wow,
kind of
that's-
arrogant, Brett. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like you sound like arrogant nowadays.
Yeah. I'll go.
Like on the pages of the Roar, I was reading, and someone was saying, "That's over, man. Rossi's out of ideas. It's done."
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where this is the beginning of the dissension of the South Africans.
They
is what I've
peaked.
read this
Yeah,
week.
they
peaked
peaked
early.
last year.
They
No,
were
we can
never
match
that
the
good.
physicality. We
They're
bullied them.
never that good.
I saw an article by a friend, John O'Drennan, saying the bullied become the bullies, or the bullies became, I don't know what he said about bullies, but I was thinking that's cool. And then I heard that that's actually being posted, and a lot of the Springbok players have been looking at that. And because the picture the Sydney Morning Herald unfortunately ran was the scrum, which was the one thing we actually did win that day.
True.
And they've had the scrum, and it has, you know, bullied the bullies, and I go, oh, I don't know if that's good. That's not smart.
Yeah. and because Ringo Harry revealed last week that he and I are in 80 plus WhatsApp groups with most of our guests. We've been picking Jono a week, going, fantastic. This is all your fault if we get if this is how this is going to go.
And Jono's lived in Cape Town before. He wrote for the Cape Argus, and he had a brilliant story about a parrot who witnessed a murder somewhere, I think in Rosebank, and was managed to call the cops and squawk into the phone.
Oh, come on.
No, I shit you not.
African Greys can do that, Brett. African Greys can do that.
What,
Yeah.
they can pick up a phone and dial the South African equivalent below.
Our parrots can bully your parrots. I'm telling you that. Our parrots can
It's
scrum.
not really close.
Yeah, your
And
parents are
our
really,
parrots
really
are better
arrogant as well.
aerials. No, for 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, we're very arrogant. We're the best 20-minute team. I was joking a year ago saying the All Blacks are now the best 1 hour team, and then, you know, that's why you beat them. Now we're the best 20-minute team in the world. We're amazing 20 minutes. No one can stand up to our 20 minutes.
No,
That's what Fraser
right.
McRae said today in his little press conference. He says, we were dominated for 20 minutes. I'm like, stop it. We know what someone told you to say that, because it's not, it's like Ringo and I. Yeah, we dominated for 20 minutes. It was great.
Yes,
It was amazing.
But see, you
And then we
believe,
just got drunk.
Yeah.
and then you spent the rest of the evening like this guy here on screen.
Most of it was
This poor
thinking
guy.
about what we
Look
paid
at the
for
lady in
tickets.
front.
This poor guy.
Look at the girl in front of though. Also,
Yeah,
like, there's just
she's got there's gritted teeth there, isn't there?
sort of a frozen like.
But
is this
I feel so
happening?
sorry for
Yeah,
that guy,
Ringo.
'cause he's got
So Ringo, you're right about the prices too. My God, people were gouged to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot
Yeah.
believe you go to Ellis Park, you spend, now it's hard to translate it for you, maybe Brett, but I think it's like the equivalent of, we worked it out, like £500 if you want to take your
Yeah.
family to
Yeah.
go watch the game just on the tickets of family of 3 or 4 people, and then you have to add up maybe another £200-300 for a day of rugby
Yeah.
in Ellis Park, which I love it,
It's not.
but I will
It's not
admit,
Richmond.
it's not the nicest
It's not
place in the
Twickenham.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like
not
you're
the
paying.
eastern side
You're
of
paying.
Sydney. Yeah.
You're paying Twickenham prices, but you're not in Twickenham. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
bars outside for after the game revelries or going to meet other fans. You go home and you stew
Which
on
is-
the bus or the train all the way and go to bed upset.
And it's
And you
probably a
pay-
good thing there's no bars and things outside the stadium because you've already spent all your money inside.
Yeah, the bars will get nothing out of a game the way things
Yeah.
are going these days. Now,
But yet on
they did it
TV,
Mm.
on TV, the stadium looked like it was 90% full.
I think they were short about 12,000 people. They said so. Yeah, probably
So,
around there,
50 plus.
85-ish. Yeah.
To be fair,
right.
along with our ticket prices, there was a lady that came and just gave us beer all night
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah.
Just take this beer. Yeah,
For free.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm serious.
How'd
they
that
have
work?
a few times.
I don't know, but we
I
always
think
said
we were
yes.
sitting next to a corporate function or something, and we were
I think
just
it was
like,
the Peregrine Capital. Shout out, sponsor us. But we were just drinking your beer, Peregrine. So thanks.
yeah,
Yeah.
delicious. Thank you. It was needed. The further we went into that game, we were happier to grab it. Yes, please. Just another one.
Oh, and by the way, Brett, when I got in trouble with Cindy Sway and she was shepherding me off the field, she took me into the media as if I was a damaged child in a train wreck or something. My brain didn't work right. She's like, so you go here, and you go here. And I just kept running into people. Hi, Sasha. How's it going? Chat. Like, this is the most amazing route ever. Keep doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Hi, Laurie Fisher.
Hi,
How are you
Laurie
doing?
Fisher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the moment in all this where you thought we're really in trouble here?
Just the interception. For me, it was interception because I then I realized we are playing always as if we're behind when we're ahead, and now we're going to play like we're behind I'm ahead when we're behind, and that's kind of what happens. We just had no situational awareness. 22-5, 22-12. It's still a fucking good lead, man.
Yeah.
So you do things to tighten, to shorten the clock, to keep the thing in front of your forwards. You find all the slidey parts of the field. As we reported, it was actually raining right before. It was that slick kind of rain. It's the worst kind of rain. Like if you're on your bike in that kind of rain, you fall because it's that slick kind. So it was just beautiful to roll kicks through the line into the corner where Max or Tom, all they can do is scuff it out. But we didn't do that anymore. We started doing right down the middle of the field, up and unders. We started having, staggered attacks against staggered defenses. And so it was all chaotic. And then in the end, it's arm tackling. And then, oh, wow, it's 22-19. So then I thought, now if you want to play a certain way, but then we went the other way. Riaan, on my rewatch, it was so baffling. I'm still baffled.
Yeah.
So that's only the 59th minute. They converted it. So it's 22-19. There's still 21 minutes to play there. So at that point, you thought we're in trouble.
I still want to be the 22 than the 19.
Of course, yeah.
What I'm saying is I felt like I was in trouble because I didn't see any awareness of what we were doing. So I just thought, well, it's probably going to continue in this madcap fashion. And there's no one on the bench to particularly bring in that's going to go, hey, everyone, let's not score any points, but let's make sure they score no points too and win a 22-19 game, which I'm fine winning, by the way.
Yeah, right. So Harry Wilson scores his second try in the 64th minute. O'Connor converts.
Thank you for showing us that again.
No, you're very welcome. That's the moment where his knee is still intact. Just as he bumps off.
You're not using Harry properly.
They need to get him in more space. So that's the 65th minute. It's 26-22. So that's the moment that I screamed into a blanket.
Is that
So-
some sort of asphyxiation sex routine you have?
Yeah,
Fred, or what are you talking about?
Were you on your bed?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Why are you
not at
screaming
all.
into blankets?
Not at
What's
all.
wrong?
So I'm sitting in exactly the same position I'm in.
Wait, do you always
I'm
have a
in
little
now.
blanket with you when you watch Wallaby games?
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
what you-
On,
Oh.
over on in my office behind the camera over here, there's a couch and there's a blanket on it. I stretch out at night. It's very comfortable. I often fall asleep at night. I'm sitting here in exactly the same position I am. My TV is like, you know, that way over there, and I'm watching all this. And so
What are you
Max,
wearing?
I don't know, same as what I'm wearing now.
Just
I don't know. I've been wearing this all week,
Pants?
mate.
Oh, okay.
Pants? No comment. So Jorgensen wins the contest. Tom Wright makes his break, and straight away I'm like, what's going on here? And so I've made my way over in front of the TV as he gets the offload away to Harry Wilson. And I'm thinking, no, he's going to get run down. And I realized suddenly he's not going to get run down. And I'm just going, go. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm trying not to wake up the house. And he's dived in, and I've just dived headfirst into my couch and screamed as loud as I possibly could with trying not to wake anyone else up my house. And I said to you in the post-mortem that I've either got away with it or I'm in a lot of trouble later. I got away with it. No one heard me, which is, you know, a decent result. But that was the moment I had to scream into a blanket.
See, that's a good example. So that's actually a wonderful picture you painted there. But Riaan, this is actually a wonderful example of what I was saying before about things being true, but also false, but kind of true. Harry Wilson kind of is Warren Whiteley. Like, you're right. Like, in the end, they are wasting him when they run him into walls.
Yeah.
Get him into space. He's super comfortable out there. Great hands. A
It's
cricketer.
literally where he does his best work. Yeah. So, but I
So
still
thank you,
didn't
Riaan,
think,
for helping them. Probably Laurie Fisher probably heard you.
They heard it.
Dumb arse saying
They're
that.
close
Yeah.
enough to the bench.
no coincidence that Warren Whiteley played his best rugby whilst wearing a red scrum cap too. So I still didn't think at 26-22 they're going to win this. At this point, I'm thinking, nah, there's still 15 minutes. There's got to be a comeback here. And even when Max Jorgensen scores his try, and that goes 33-22 with there's still more than 10 minutes of that play. Even then, I'm still thinking, nah, there's got to be more.
I believed we could come back.
I thought we could still come
really
back.
did.
Yeah.
And it was only
because we had done it so many times before.
Yeah. Well, so
But I was
point,
highly concerned. I was concerned, but I still thought this is gonna have a happy ending. Not, you know, with a blanket screaming and naked like you, but I was thinking more like this is gonna have a happy ending because we're gonna do something really, really crazy. Like something's gonna happen. And I think so. I don't know what was the breakaway with Andre fumbling the ball, and then is that before that or after that?
That was
no. That's what led to Wright's try.
I had concerns because I started thinking Lady Luck is not necessarily on our side, and I thought she was because I almost died and we didn't on the way. I thought, okay, maybe Lady Luck is on our side. Then I thought, no, it's not. Lady Luck is on Brett's side. Yeah.
So for me, it was like a lack of what we did to the All Blacks. We were behind with them. We didn't button down. How many mauls did the Boks put up the whole game?
2.
Not many.
I think there was one dummy maul.
It was 1.
That is not what we do. When we are trying to grind out the win, you go to the corner, you get a line out, and you just maul and tire them out. We refuse to do, like you said, Marnie was just flinging the ball all over the field. We were doing midfield bombs that would bounce on the grass, which is good, but then there would be no backup, no chase line. The Wallabies would regather, and 2 of their tries would just be straight through the middle of the field. Take McDermott, I think, cleaned one up, and I think that was a Harry Wilson try. And then the last one where what's the name scored? Tom Wright. It's just like a midfield bomb, it bounces, which is good. You want this chaos, and then we have no backup line. The guys are just standing around randomly, and it just felt like a bunch of guys who didn't know what they were doing.
We went to one-man chases, which never works in modern rugby. You got to have 2 or 3, maybe 3. You got to have a big, you got to have a banger, you got to have a scraps guy, someone in the air. And like, it's almost like Laurie Fisher was saying to me on post-match, we didn't really have an answer for your opening barrage. We don't know why it stopped. And so to your point, like the template was already there. It wasn't like we had to wonder about it, you know? And the thing is, yes, fans hate it when you kick, when you're behind, but actually it's the quickest ball of all. You know, like Marty I think he fell in love with the applause of the crowd because we were getting these massive meters, but then we were getting found out. And it's like, at some point you have to block out the crowd and go back to your actual percentages playbook.
Yeah.
So I said to your post match that I still wasn't 100% sure how Suoli took the intercept. Like I didn't. I couldn't.
It was
it's a terrible pass.
I hadn't at that stage comprehended how he. Like, was it a good read? Did he get lucky?
He threw it to Joey. It wasn't to anyone else.
On subsequent watches, I quickly find out that he just stood there and let it hit him, basically, because it was a mile forward.
The pass, it was so bad.
Forward.
And that's a fourth pass. That's one of those, I'm going to just bullet this thing. Yeah. Someone will be there. And unfortunately, it was 6 foot whatever, Joseph Suoli.
It was just straight to him. And from a standing start, he's got all the way. And
Brett, on the rewatch, I did notice what he was feeling or seeing, or someone may have even shouted at him. There was 3, maybe 4 carriers in wide open space. But what was needed was the Finn Russell, that kind of lofted, super high one, and because he had all the time in the world, actually.
Like what I kind of threw to Jorgensen.
Yeah. Exactly. And then Peter Steph, the toys out there, he's got great hands. Yeah. He catches it, and he just has one, and then there's a flyer outside. And it's like, that was one of the worst passes I've seen.
So at 33-22, as we're entering into the last 10 minutes, and McWright wins that ruck penalty, and I'm going, just kick at the poles. Like, take the 3, get out by 15. Yeah. Like, take the 3, for God's sake. And they kept playing. And I'm still thinking, they're coming back. They've got to come back. They're going to come back. This is just like the Blood as though it's horrible. Please stop it. Please, please, please don't let this happen again. No, not again. I've been through this way too much. No one should have to take through this again. And then Wright scores his try. And I'm thinking, is 16 points enough?
The first true thing of the day, I turned to Harry and I told him, it's over. That's it.
Finally, the truth came out.
It's over.
And you were like, I'm going to the press box. Cheers.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, I'm like, it's 16 points. Surely they can't score 17 points in 4 minutes. Surely they couldn't. And then O'Connor pulls out that 50-22. And I was like, holy crap.
What 50-22? I don't remember that.
I don't even remember that. I was in shock.
I think it was the one that. I think that was the one where there was just no crowd noise while you were in a stairwell somewhere. And
Let me tell you something as well. Being recognized by a lot of people in the crowd is super fun on the way in and in the first 20-30 minutes.
Yeah.
When you're leaving demoralized and punching your own head, then it's not so fun to go, hey, is it Harry? I like your pod. I'm like, shut up.
Leaving early, Harry. Yeah.
Yeah, I start judging you. Like, oh, you're not a good tipper, are you? Like that kind of thing. I'm like, I'm mad. But I was going to the press box because I wanted to be where I was actually supposed to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was not on our pod doing.
I wanted to go talk to Rassi about poor sad Rassi.
There's another thing you need to know about Ellis Park, Brett, is there is no internet. There's you can get maybe 3G if you're lucky. Okay, so there's never going to be a live broadcast from Ellis Park if there's still 60,000 people there.
No, well, we did get there, but there were a lot of empty seats by the time we did get there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
All the lights were off. It was really eerie by the time we did it.
The lights went off mid-recording.
And also, if you do like I did, you post things about the match. It's like it only goes through about an hour later, so you look like a real tourist.
All the photos that he's taken on the pitch before game. Yeah,
I'm worried for the Wallabies. I hope they don't just I hope they don't call the game over in a few minutes.
Mark's warm up looks really intense. Yeah, well, it probably did 2 hours ago.
I like delete tweet.
Yeah.
So then, this weekend, do we look forward? So the Boks have named their team. They didn't name it Monday, so that arrogance is warmed off already. But it's a decent team still. Obviously, I think there was the expected changes. Funnily enough, well, not funnily. That's the wrong word.
That's so arrogant. Now you're saying that's a decent team. They're a decent team. God.
Yeah, look, it should be. It should be competitive. It's the strange thing to me was that the Boks actually ended worse in terms of injuries.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
Jaco Piper without a shirt on.
Oh, righto. Yeah, good, huh?
Or we see
Sorry,
our pixels.
all I can see is
I
yellow
just saw
shirt,
Jaco
so it doesn't
Piper
make any difference.
topless.
Okay.
Sorry.
So what do you guys make of the Boks team? Would you expected changes?
Yeah, more experience coming in. I think we do know that Villy is not playing. Apelele Fassi is taking his spot.
Villy's dropped out. Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's got a niggle. In this case, niggle means I'm not fast enough to cover both Toole and Jorgensen. that's the niggle.
Bingo.
I think.
Villy is not going to play his 101st test, is he?
Not against the Aussies, apparently, who are now world beaters. Maybe last year's Aussies.
World champions, are we? We now hold the World Cup, though. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah. So
well, you guys are. You might be number 4 or 5 after this match, and we'll be number 6. So, like, truly, that's how fluid the rankings are.
It's all about the World Cup draw.
There is not going to be another 15+ margin this weekend. There might be, not the way that I would like it.
Well, okay, so Brett, in answer to your question, the Ellis Park team was picked to be speed, but then we played as if we were on speed. This team is like the Loch Ness monster. It's just locks for days. It's just big monsters everywhere. You know, your Franco Mostert as a blindside flank replaced by 2 locks. So Nortia, I guess, moves over to blindside at that point, and he just locks a plenty. 21.7% of the team is a lock. If you add Kanan Moody and Jean-Luc, it's like 32% of the team is locks.
Why are you trying to say now Kanan Moody is a lock?
Have you seen him? He is a lock. He turned into a lock. He was only 20 years old when he snatched the ball out of Enrico Corabetti's hands and ran in for a try on debut. He's now a lock, but he's posing as a wing. Yeah, I'll try to find him on the field here and get a shot. But I mean, he is massive, and so it's definitely a power, and it's going to be a heavy track. So obviously that's, and so you just kind of wonder: should we have a power and pace mix, and then a power and pace mix, or should we go speed, and then power? What are we doing? So, it's like a double-blind laboratory experiment.
So Rassi said on post-match on Saturday night that they'd already named the team for Cape Town internally, but that will probably have to change now. So how much of this team now do you think, where do you think the changes are from what that internal team might have been?
Well, he said Ethan Hooker was one of them, right, Ringo?
I think Morne van der Berg was also there.
Yeah. I think Ethan Hooker was in the centers, but now it's Damon de Allende back in, or Jesse Creel retained. I don't know. I think it solves problems. It also opens up a couple of opportunities for the Wallabies. The loose trio is probably where you'd look and say, if something goes wrong with this and we fall to the 6th in the world, it'll be because our loose trio was a bit weird.
Yeah. So then the Wallabies lost 3 as well for injury. James Slipper failed an HIA. Post-match developed some symptoms afterwards, failed a test. So he was on the plane back to Australia. Dylan Peaches ended up with a broken jaw, as we probably suspected. And so, yes, Tom Robertson comes in at loose head. Corey Toole will make his debut on the left wing. And there was one other change. Nick Champion de Crepney comes in for Langy Gleeson on the bench.
Valentini is back.
And Valentini's back at 8 too for Harry Wilson. Yeah. So that's it's gonna be great to see him back in action. I hope he was actually relatively fit last week and they were just managing him. Like I'd hate to see him run out of puff at 30 minutes again, which he kind of did in Melbourne. The second Lions test. I will admit to, and I have admitted already to, a little bit of surprise that we're seeing Corey Toole in South Africa. I thought maybe Argentina would be the time that he gets his debut. I wasn't.
It's arrogance, Brett. They don't rate us. They put in debutants on in. Yeah,
no, that sounds about right. It sounds like the sort of thing South Africans would do.
It's asterisk arrogance. Riaan. It's what it is it's arrogance. Yes, it's also like, and if we lose, we go, well, you know, we changed
We
it
had
up.
a debutant on the wing.
Young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, I like him. He's so fast. Sometimes just
He
having
is.
someone who is ridiculously fast is a good rugby thing. That's Brian Abana's
Yeah.
entire career. So no, I'm happy to see it.
You can't coach speed, certainly.
Mm.
I will be interested to see how he's tested out aerially and defensively. That has been the areas of his game that he has been tested his whole career, and he's got better at it. His defense will be interesting because and we've talked about this before, Harry. He and Ryan Lonigan for the Brumbies are often the designated shooters. They are the guys just flying up on the outside edges, and he doesn't have to make a tackle in that instance. He just has to, even if he gets two hands on a jumper and he slows someone up for half a second, that's doing the job that he's set out to do. So is that going to be the way that he defends for the Wallabies? I don't know. We will see, I suppose. What do you expect?
Can I just say it's nice. You can really feel the Joe Schmidt of it coming in. Like you kind of see the team every week now, where from years ago where you would have a center partnership change every single week and a new 10 or whatever, it really does feel like things are getting nailed down. Yes, injuries mix things up, but Nick Frost is the guy. Valentini, Wilson, McWright. Those things are Tom Wright as well. Len Ikitau. You're really starting to see these guys bed in, and it's a very good sign for a World Cup in 2 years' time. Just to have a team that doesn't change every week is a very nice feeling for the Wallabies, I think.
Harry may mention to me maybe Sunday, maybe it was part of our recording. I can't remember. Maybe it was one of our 80 chat groups. That the Schmidt method is for a core group of guys to have played 70% of the tests, something like that. And so it made me look up where we're up to. So the Wallabies have used 36 players already, but there's a group of, I think, a dozen or so who have played all 5 tests, and then there's another 2 or 3 that have played 4 of the 5. So that's basically half the squad have played every game already.
That's how you get such good counterattacks when the ball is bobbling all around. Everyone knows where the next guy is, and the ball will go out to him. And
you turn kick return into a set piece. It's almost like another Joe Schmidt starter play. He's renowned for that. When I read the article at the Roar about why Joe Schmidt was going to be a good hire way before he turned into a good hire, I talked about 3 things that were besetting and killing the Wallabies. One was penalty count. And I think looking at 4 penalties given is one thing, but also that it wasn't such a shock. It was like, that is really good, but it wasn't as the shocking thing as you would have been under Dave Rennie or Eddie Jones. Second one was
the average in 2024, 2025 is already less than 8. So yes, 4 is not such a big.
Second one was the ball security on attack. Just the inability under Rennie and Jones to go more than about 2 or 3 phases. And that's definitely different. And the third thing is the stay in the fight aspect. Yes, Rennie has some of that too, but Schmidt, I think, goes to a whole new level of his practices being grim and horrible. Everyone hates them. They're miserable. They're pressurized. So he's getting his team to accept just how grim it's got to be. And because not many teams would have been able to crawl out of a 22-0 hole at Ellis Park. I mean, let's be honest. Not even many All Blacks teams would have also folded. So I thought that was the hallmark. By the way, I'm watching a contest between all the locks. There's about 17 of them actually out there. All the Springbok locks are doing a game where they're trying to pass the ball and hit one of the pads on the poles. And Riaan, I'll let you guess who is by far the winner so far of this competition.
Is he Mr. RG Snyman?
By about, he's got a clear lead of about 5.
The high school fly off.
He's hitting it with kicks, underarm, over NFL. It just doesn't matter. He's behind the back.
That's why he gets the big bucks.
He did it again.
For fun.
Wow.
Hitting it for fun. So what are you guys expecting from the Boks this weekend? What should we expect in Australia?
More mauls, I think. you want to secure the line out with this team and then get the it's 6-2 as well. Yes, it is. So more mauls, tire the Wallaby legs out. I think we really did not try to do that at Ellis Park. We were trying to run them off their feet, but like we saw last year or this year with the French, if you maul, you can tire another pack out as well. I think that's going to be one thing. And then less of the single guy at the ruck gets the ball, picks it up, and runs straight into McWright, which is something we did about 8 times. Straight at his shins, where he can just gleefully grab the ball and take it away. So please, less of that. Have your supporting cleaners behind you before you start running into the Aussie teeth. So those are the 2 big ones I want to see.
I had to write this week that I was surprised that the stats sheet only had him down for 2 turnovers, 1, because he
definitely caused bigger issues.
Yes, his disruption number was much higher than that, certainly.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, I think he's slowed a lot of ball.
Ringo will be
for
back
sure.
any moment.
One thing I'm looking for this week is LaRue being a coach, because right now that's what he's doing. He has long pants on, and he's literally telling everyone what to do. And I think we're seeing the evolution, not just of Dwayne Vermeulen into coach, but LaRue into a coach.
Yeah, right.
The other thing I'm looking for is extreme violence, but not unthinking violence. Just a real point to prove on finishing movements, accelerating into contact. There was a lot of decelerating, and as you say, Ringo, diving to shins. I think it's going to be into ribs, and I think keep the legs churning. Jean-Luc Dupree is a good runner in contact, so I'm looking for him to have a good. He's a proper 8, and we haven't had a proper 8 in a while, so that's nice.
This is his first test in how long?
2021.
Oh, he had a really big break, right? He was Kutsia man, and then he had 1 test under in 2018. And then sort of never again, but always named, always in the squad, always getting the gear.
Right. So
he's probably got all these like jerseys and hoodies that he's never actually been able to take onto the field.
So even longer than James O'Connor's drought. So yeah, righto. That's interesting. Let's cast an eye before we let Riaan go forward onto New Zealand. They won their first test in Argentina pretty comfortably, I think, 41-24. Two late tries from the Los Pumas toward the end brought that back. What did you make of that side that they've named? Were you expecting much change, or is it about what you thought it would be?
They're playing the way I wish we were playing, in the forwards. Keep it powerful, keep it nasty. And I saw Jamie Wall said this might be the tallest All Blacks team on average ever.
It's a big team, and Simon Parker coming in at number 8 to debut. He's a big boy, and played well for the Chiefs this year. So it's not undeserved, certainly. What do you make of the debate around Rieko Ioane on the wing?
I like him. I like him there. I've always thought he's more of he's not a ruck guy. He's not a sort of choice maker, decision maker, second, third phase. I think he's best when he just puts the hammer down and goes.
Yeah.
And Argentina, conversely, I mean, they've got a little bit of work to do, haven't they, to try and salvage, I suppose, something out of these home tests. And that's still a good team of theirs. Thomas Albanese continues to impress me at 10. It seems like every 2 years they throw someone else in at 10, and you think, oh, wow, why are they trying him there? And then suddenly you just go, wow, why wasn't he playing 10 always? But that was also, we said the same thing about Santiago Carreras, and we said the same thing about the last 5 consecutive fly halves for Argentina.
Yeah. I just like Albanese. He seems to be just a little bit better than the guys before him. He plays well in the when he plays with clubs and stuff. So no, keep him. He's brilliant.
Yep.
I love. He gives me a bit of that Richie Mwanga where he'll just take the ball and go. So I'm happy with him. It's just the pack. They need to match the All Black pack somehow, and I know the All Blacks. They do like a fight and. Yeah, it just seems like the Argentines these days, the pack sometimes, if it doesn't get up, they just nowhere.
it's surprising that we have to talk about Argentina in terms of having a questionable front row unit or questionable type 5 unit. Their back row has been strong for years, and it's certainly not got any less strong with of Oviedo at the back. Is number 8. He's an incredible player. These concerns and these issues up front have just sort of continued to plague them, which is a little bit curious.
There's no props surfacing. I don't know why it's not happening. They used to have some of the best front row. I mean, Creevy and Montoya, you can't say they aren't good, but their props are either 38 years old or 22 years old. So there's this weird gap that they haven't filled for years now, and it's a thing they really need to fix.
Yeah, it's a strange one. We'll certainly see how that plays out. I would say, mate, that we should let you go and that we thank you for finding some time for you. But I actually think I need you to hang around.
Last time as well.
It's like I need you to hang around and close out the podcast with me, because our learned colleague is still not back. He seems to have disappeared at the Springboks captain's run, which is a little bit curious. What are you doing in the stands, Harry? You're not supposed to be here. So, that's a little strange one. We will see whether he returns in just a second. This is the 8-9 combo with Brett McKay and not with Harry Jones. Wonderful to still have Riaan Louw with us on the 8-9 combo. Was that therapeutic for you, mate? Going through everything that went wrong?
I'm genuinely going to say it did make me feel better to talk to you guys, talk to you and Ozzy, who is, to see the joy on your face. When your friends do well, how can you not be happy? So that's okay. As long as it doesn't happen again this weekend, I'll leave the WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I could be unbearable if that happens. Yeah. Look who has returned. Did you get kicked out of the stadium?
Oh, you have been chased by the media manager.
It wasn't the media manager, it was Felix Jones. Felix Jones was, so I had this thing propped up in a little stand, to do this.
I thought you were filming.
And at some point, I thought I was filming. And obviously I was kind of, but not that anyone could see what I was showing.
No.
And it was a competition between Archie Snyman and Eben Etzebeth to hit a pole with exotic passes. So I don't know if Australia needs to worry too much about preparing for that.
You said to us, look, there's Jaco Piper with no shirt on. All we could see was 17 yellow shirts.
I know. So anyway, but Felix Jones wasn't too happy. So
Felix Jones' role must include camera security, because he's the guy in Chasing the Sun that throws a shirt over the camera in the gym.
Yes.
He's the guy who talks about being filmed in France. Is he extremely paranoid?
How long has Felix Jones been officially employed again?
I don't know, but he's living here, and his kids are in school here. No, he must be the most intense guy in the world, though. Jeez.
Yeah.
Did you tell him that? Did you not say, I'm Harry? I'm supposed to be here?
Don't you know me?
Do you not know who I am?
It's fine. I just had to absolutely cut off footage until I sorted it out. We're good.
Yeah, sure. Fair. So Taranaki, Hawke's Bay, Canterbury are the only unbeaten teams in the MPC in New Zealand going into round 3. Free State, Bulland, the Golden Lions, the Griquas remain unbeaten in the Curry Cup. Can you two tell me what's going on with this restructure? So suddenly we have this Curry Cup Premier Division. What is going on? Talk to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
I think it's just because there is a division below it, and there's a division below that as well. I think they're just trying to make we have the Curry Cup, and then I think there is a Premier Division, which is actually one lower, if I have it correct. I can't remember. They change the names every year, Brett. So this
hence my questions, mate.
And then there's a maybe a division.
Wasn't the Curry Cup like 3 months ago? Okay, all right. No, this is Curry. This is the summer Curry Cup. So this could
literally just be a letterhead that got through that shouldn't have gotten through. All we know is the Curry Cup is the one where the Western Province are still, I think, bottom of the log. And the Lions are
There's a reason Harry has not said anything here. That's because Western Province have not gone well again.
No, I'm all about Bulland now. So I decided this is not really a competition involving the Bulls, Stormers, and Sharks. It's not. I don't think it is actually. It's all about Bulland and Griquas and Pumas, and it's actually kind of fun. But once I've taken out that part of it, I'm enjoying it.
Fair enough. Squads are slowly being named for Super Rugby Oz, which is the new short condensed domestic comp that's going to run in Australia from mid-September. And you both want to know something scary? The top 14 starts in a fortnight.
Oh my goodness.
Off season was a Thursday this week, I think I heard.
Nice.
That's why they make the big bucks. They got TV money.
Exactly. We then will be back with another test or TRC post-mortem after the test in Cape Town. And if I'm anywhere near as incoherent as I was last weekend, then I make no apologies at all. Do either of you have any further to add? Was that therapeutic for you too, Harry?
Don't forget the Women's World Cup starts tonight.
Women's World Cup does start this weekend.
Yeah. I'm actually quite excited for that.
Yeah, and I know you follow it a hell of a lot more than us. And I've actually got a note here to say that we're not going to condescend that tournament by giving it token coverage. So we actually may not talk about it much at all going forward.
And that's the results, it's very cool to see.
Absolutely. And the ticket sales excited. And all that, it's all fantastic. But because we don't follow it, we really don't feel qualified. So when we're not talking about it, it's not because we're not interested, it's because that we don't feel like we kind of can. So anyway, sorry, Harry, go forward.
The Australian arrogance is breathtaking, and it's been wild to read. I'm enjoying it. I'm clipping it all. I'm going to have this collage of statements to read on Saturday night. So I'm enjoying. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, long may you have another week's worth to add to it. That then is another great episode of the 8-9 Combo Rugby Podcast behind us. Our sincere thanks to you, Riaan Louw, for joining us. This has been a lot of fun, mate. Thank you. Tell us what you think by following Harry and I on the socials and finding 8-9 Combo on the socials as well. You can have your say on the YouTube channel. You can leave a comment on Spotify as well. Wherever it is, we love to hear from you. Shares, ratings, reviews, all very welcome as well. This is the 8-9 Combo, the short side set piece combination you didn't realize you needed in a rugby podcast. Sean Maloney is locked and loaded in the closer. I'm Brett McKay. He's Riaan Louw. He's Harry Jones. And we will be back in your ears following full time in Cape Town.
Come play with us.
Here goes Jones with another bruising run. He links up with McKay, who pops back to Jones. They can't. They won't. They will. What a try. The Dream Team Combo go in again.